to be able to have freedom and liberties that sometimes we all take for granted.
Nice. Who else wants to tell us what Purim means to them?
Purim, can you hear me?
Yes. To be able to have freedom.
Purim is also the power and the wiles of a woman.
Yes, I like that.
Whoa.
I love that. What else?
I think it's also about strength and bravery and voicing what your needs are and what's important.
Remember
Yeah.
the candles.
Yeah, it is. Anybody else would like to
You notice in that, but you
tell us what Purim means to them?
know that.
Reminds me of the kids and the parades and the crackers.
Yeah.
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 And today we're sort of, in all these costumes, the beautiful costumes, I can't speak today, that we have as well. So let's, if you can, put it on speaker view, because then you'll be able to see the service. There might be a few surprises. Our B'nai Mitzvah kids are going to do a beautiful play today, and you'll be able to see that. There's also a competition, a costume competition to see, last year we had Noah won, and we'll see who wins this year. And without further ado, we're going to start with a Purim Nigun. So we're going to clap our hands, stomp our feet, and all that good stuff. Nice. Happy Purim, everyone. A little bit of silliness to put us in the mood. Purim is a little bit of a silly thing, silly place to be in. And now we're going to do a little bit of mix of Shabbat, a little bit of Purim, all mixed in one. And of course, for Shabbat, we light the candles. And so we are going to ask Dr. Rebecca to light the candles for us.
That was so much fun. We should always start with some silliness.
What do you think, Rabbi? Did you do the emoji faces?
Yes.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat in Yom Tov. Amen.
Amen. Amen ve'amen. And, the service decided it wanted to start a little bit later on. It's Purim, so everything gets upside down. That's the whole thing. The mitzvah of Purim is to turn everything upside down, just like they did in Shushan. And so let's all just unmute and read together. May the doors of this Bet Knesset be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for fellowship. May it welcome all
who have cares to unburden, thanks to express hope to nurture.
May the doors of this be narrow enough to shut down
painless and enmity. May you hide what may selfishness and harshness. May this be you and me for all who enter your way to a richer and more meaningful life.
Amen.
Amen ve'amen. And we are beginning our service. And I'm telling you, there's going to be some topsy-turvy things even with the music today. We're going to begin with Lechu Neranena because it's a little bit more upbeat. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה. And of course, we know that on Purim, we're going to hear the beautiful story soon, sort of a play with Dr. Seuss in the Dr. Seuss theme. And we know that we have Haman, who, what do we say? We can unmute. What do we say? When we say Haman, we have to really boo, right? So Haman.
Boo.
I don't know. That was a little weak. Haman in our story.
A
little better. He, he's a wicked man, right? He was the wicked man. And there was actually a song about that. And that is what we are going to sing, the tune. We're actually going to do the tune to that, to Oh, Once There Was a Wicked Man, to Lecha Dodi today. שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Oh, once there was a wicked, wicked man, and Haman was his name. Oh, he lied and lied about the Jews, though they were not to blame. Oh, today we'll marry, Mary be. Oh, today we'll marry, Mary be. Oh, today we'll marry, Mary be, and not some Haman Tashan. Oh, today we'll marry, Mary be. Oh, today we'll marry, Mary be. Oh, today we'll marry, Mary be, and not some Haman Tashan. Haman Tashan. Shabbat Shalom. ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. We take some time for silent meditation. You can use the words on the page or just create your own, or just close your eyes and think about life. ברוך אתה אדוני ומעביר יום מביא לילה. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני המריב הרבים. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד. Let's unmute and all join in the Ahavah. ואהבת
את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין ידיך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We are reminded, even when we celebrate and we have a lot of joy and excitement, we're reminded that sometimes in the world, there are moments that are not so exciting and so happy, or we might not feel well, other people might not feel well. And in those moments, we really need, even in the happy moments, we need this canopy of peace. We ask, spread over us the shelter of your peace. And we say, please, Adonai, spread this beautiful, beautiful canopy, Bukat Shalom, all over the world, all over us.
Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Praised are you, Adonai, who spreads the shelter of peace over us, over all your people, Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Thank you so much. Jillian.
ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל העולם. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל העולם, על כל העולם, all over the world.
And just a heads up for our actors, our spiel actors. It's about to, right after Vishamru. So I don't know what you need to do to get ready. You're probably ready, but just giving you a heads up, it's coming. Vishamru, Shabbat, what a great time. It's a time we have every week. It's a time, essentially a holiday every single week. And it's a great way to stop and reflect, but also to just have a lot of fun, a lot of joy, and to leave the week behind. No matter what happened, how we felt, what was going on, we have a chance to kind of restart everything. And what a beautiful thing that is.
ושמעו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמעו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמעו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמעו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמעו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ברית עולם, ברית עולם.
So the moment of truth, our B'nai Mitzvah, some of them, a couple of our B'nai Mitzvah kids, are going to be in our play. It is called a Seuss-shan Purim. Play on words, Dr. Seuss. And we have our characters for this play is, we have two narrators, and the first one is Thing 1, which is played by Harry. Thing 2, which is the other narrator, is played by Noah. We have, hold on one second, I don't see, do we have Max here? Max is here. Hi, Max. So Max is going to be Queen Vashti, and then King Ahasuerus is going to be Andre, and Haman is going to be Kai. Mordechai is played by Kenny, and Queen Esther is also played by Max. So let's put it on speaker view so we can see the beautiful play. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, chaverim v'chaverot, yeladim v'yeladot, welcome the Purim Spiel actors. Take it away.
Shalom Haverim, and hear us well, for now is the story of Purim to tell. It took place in Shushan so long, long ago. Now off to Persia we all will go.
In this beautiful kingdom ruled a king with no brain. Who'd think such a thing? He spent all his days and his nights having fun, parading his wealth in the warm Persian sun.
A queen named Vashti was his loyal wife. She promised to love him all her life. She promised, that is, until he did until he did ask for her to perform an unthinkable task. At his grandest of parties, the king did at command Queen Vashti to dance for royal men of the land.
I am not your servant, and dance I will not. I hereby refuse the king's sexist plot. No woman should have to put up with you. #we're through.
She shouted as she quickly withdrew. For Vashti, you see, was not known as a fibber. She was, in fact, history's first women's libber.
Vashti was banished. Away did she go. Where did she go? That we do not know.
In this fair kingdom lived also the Jews, who cannot practice the religion they choose. No Torah, no challah, no matzah ball soup, for a villain named Haman started a coup.
Bow down to me now,
cruel Haman did say,
for I am the important man of the day. I am the king's right-hand man. I rule all that I see. If you don't bow down now, you will cease to be.
Meanwhile, back at the palace, grand, an announcement went out throughout to the land. A new queen to be chosen in an unusual way in a beauty contest held the very next day.
All the maidens of the land were forced to appear, from near and from far and from near. One such maiden had brains and had grace. Esther was her name, such a pretty face. Encouraged by her uncle, or was it cousin, Mordechai?
I beg you, dear Esther, this you must try. With the brains and your beauty, you he would choose. Go, 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 go. Comb your hair, wear nice shoes. Besides that, my dear, with your grace and your charm, you will blow them away. You will be on King Ahasuerus' arm.
I'm unsure myself, but I'm willing to go because I love my cousin, uncle. So I'll enter the contest, but please, Mordecai, dear, promise me they will always stay near.
The contest was held. They came one and all, and Esther, of course, was the queen of the ball.
So Ahasuerus chose her, and she was now queen. There was one rotten rule she had not foreseen. Under penalty of death, she had to obey the following rule in an unbending way. Her new husband commanded she could only see him when he chose to see her and on his whim.
So now back to Haman, that cruel, crusty fellow. At the top of his lungs, he continued to bellow.
Bow down now, I command, or great harm will come to you in this land.
I, Mordecai, refuse to obey. I bow only to God to my last dying day.
Haman's face turned red with anger and hate.
I'll get you, my pretty, if it's the last breath I take. Ha ha ha!
Mordecai turned his back, and other Jews did follow. As for Haman, well, his pride he had to swallow.
That Jew Mordechai has ruined my heinous plot. Because of his affronts, I will have to draw lots. The straw that I pick is the one that comes nigh, is the day that the Jews of Persia shall die.
Into his three-cornered hat he did cast all of the dates, the future, the past. The lot that he picked was the 13th of Adar.
Make ready the gallows, Adar is not far.
Right after Haman, he did pester, went Mordecai to see Queen Esther. Steadily listening at the palace gate, 2 guards were plotting to seal the king's fate. Bigthan and Tarash were the names of the guards. Hearing their plot was terribly hard. Morty heard them, and their talk he did broach, planning to kill King Ahasuerus.
Brave Morty protected his king and his land by revealing the plot in the palace grand. The king did not know, he glanced not a look, but Morty's deed was recorded in a grand official book. The king in his chamber that evening did read of Mordecai's loyalty in the book of good deeds. With the smallest of brains, the king thinked and he thinked.
Who is this Mordecai who saved me from the brink? Who is this man who foiled the guard's plan? I must reward him, send for Haman. A question to you, Haman, I must pose. How shall I honor a man who has been on his toes, who has saved my kingdom through heroic deeds, without a single thought to his own needs?
Well, this hero, he is honoring must surely be me for saving the kingdom from the Jews for the king.
Haman pompously swelled with excitement and greed. He knew the king's words would heed.
I think, my dear king, no reward is too great. Give him diamonds and jewels, a house by the lake, fabulous clothing, and all of the best. Let him ride the king's horse on your next birthday fest.
Make it so, dear Haman, loyal right-hand man. Bring forth Mordechai the Jew. This is my command. Instruct all my tailors, my jewelers, my builders. Spare no shekels, no rubles, or guilders. Call all the king's horses and all the king's men to honor this Jew again and again.
Haman, astounded, speechless at best, felt his anger spread from his feet to his chest.
Could it be that this man who refused to bow down must now be honored all through the town?
Seizing the moment, the opportunity here, Mordecai to Esther did appear. Using his wits and oh so clever brain, Morty made history. Now Esther has fame.
You must risk your life and go to the king and tell him about his heinous thing. That Haman is planning the Jews will die. You must go, brave Esther. This you must try.
But cousin or uncle, I'm trembling with fear. Without his permission, I cannot go near. It could be my life. I'm so afraid.
To that I will play. You can do this, babe. Use your brains and your charm and your prettiest skirt. In your chain of Hunim, who could that hurt?
So Esther swallowed her fear and she calmed her nerves. She went after this task with a vim and with a verve.
At a party she threw that very same night, she walked into the banquet trembling with fright. Although shocked to see her, the king did beckon.
I'll see her. It's fine, I reckon.
Dear husband, I've gotten some news, so horribly horrible that I did choose to come unsummoned to be by your side. You must listen to me. After all, I am your bride.
Risking her life, Esther told him the story of Haman's dastardly plan, evil and horrid. Esther, still trembling, explained to her mate,
My lord, at the risk of sealing my fate, I must tell you something that to you may be news. Someone is planning to kill all the Jews. This includes Mordecai and all of his kin. And in this category, you must put me in, where you see I am Jewish, but so loyal to you. Please don't hurt my people. Please don't. Oh, please don't hurt the Jews. Fear, my dear husband, unless you act with your heart. I too will die on the 13th of Adar.
Thinking the thoughts a king sure would think.
My loyal wife deserveth a faux mink.
He called for his henchman, his number 2, to question again what he should do in order to save his wife and her kin. Haman, of course, slunk right in.
Esther, dear Esther, tell Haman you fear. Don't be afraid. Tell him, my dear.
Okay, here goes nothing,
said Esther inside. She looked straight at Haman and summoned her pride.
You wicked, wicked man. How dare you pretend that you are loyal to my king to the end? You, who did plot to destroy all the Jews, also will kill me, whom the king did choose. For I too am Jewish, you hateful old coot.
Turn around. I'm the king. I give you the boot. I decree that the Jews have the right to defend, but your entire family will pay in the end. I sentence you now to the gallows you built. Not a single drop of Jewish blood shall be spilt. Pack up your belongings, but don't go too far. On the gallows you'll be swinging on the 13th of Adar.
The moral of the story, Havarim, you now know, is to honor Hashem and all people wherever you go. To stand up and speak out for all that is right, and to you, Hag Sameach, a light tov, and good night.
And good night.
And good night.
Beautiful. Metsuyan. Very nice. Very nice. Our actors were brilliant. And I also noticed beautiful costumes. And at the end of the service, we'll tell you who won a couple of really, really nice prizes. We'll show you what they are. Very nice. Very impressed. Very nice. Fun. A lot of fun. So thank you all for participating. Of course, everyone who participated will get a little bit of a gift. But we have the costumes that are going to be... The competition is... we're going to tell you who won. So now we are going to say a Misha Berach. And we have a list of people. And then if you would like to mention names, you can do that as well. Tonight we have Joe Snyder, we have Cheryl, we have Stephanie, we have Linda, we have Scott, we have Paul, we have Toby, we have Alan, we have Amy, we have Shoshana, Jill, Ellen, Carol, Sean, Randy, Brenda, Merle, Sylvia, Judith, Daniel, and Rachel. And anyone else who would like to unmute and give us some names, now is the time.
Josephine Hirsch.
Jean Pop Cave.
And anyone who needs some healing, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, anyone who had a really, really tough week, we say Misha Berach for some better times.
Misha Berach, our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Misha Berach, our mothers, Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel. May the one bless those who are sick with complete good health, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit. Let us say Amen. Misha Berach Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Misha Berach Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, ורחל. הוא יברך את כל החולים עם רפואה שלמה. רפואת הנפש, רפואת הגוף, ונאמר אמן. אמן.
And Paul and Isaac are going to lead us in the Amidah. Don't forget to unmute.
Take two.
Again.
Sebatati taku pia giteilatem. Open our lips that our mouths may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu. Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. האל הגיבור ויצא עליון, גומר חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, ושולח שדה אבות ואימהות, ומביא גואל ונבל, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומשיח ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני מגן ופוקד שר, אתה גיבור לעולם רב להושיע, משיב רוחם ומועיל הגשם, מחייב חיים בחסד, מחייב כל חי ברחמים רבים, שומר נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומחיים באמונתו לאיש עפר, מהמוה בגברות ומדום אליו, מלך ממיץ ומחייב ומשימת ישועה, ונאמן אתה יהוה, ברוך אתה אדוני מחייב כל אתה קדוש וזמרה קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללו הסלע, ברוך אתה אדוני הקדוש.
Amen. And let's, if you have some the Kiddush cup with you, let's do some Kiddush. ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. סברי חברי וחברותיי, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, בורא פרי הגפן, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, ושבת קודשו באהבה ורצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי באנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
לחיים, to life.
And what does Purim really celebrate? We had some really nice answers before. And, it's about freedom. It's about pride. It's about being proud of being Jewish, of the fact that, this story is from a couple of 100 years ago, and maybe 1,000. And, at every stage, there's certain places as Jewish people that sometimes we face adversity and we face a little bit of anti-Semitism. And sometimes it's not so easy in a place, especially if we live in a place where we don't, where we might be one of the only families, or maybe there's another family. And, people around us are not always, don't understand. And Esther is told at the beginning to hide. Mordechai said, don't tell anybody you're Jewish. Obviously, at that time, it was probably one of those things that maybe something would happen to her. He was worried. He didn't want her to admit that she's Jewish. But at the end, to save her people, and I think also just to really, she kind of says, this is who I am. I'm Jewish. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to save my people, and I'm going to reveal who I am. And then she lived a proud Jewish life. And that is what the story is about. It's about us living a proud Jewish life, even in a world that sometimes isn't very understanding. It's about educating people, our friends, people around us, people who need to know what it's about. Sometimes it's just a matter of what people have heard about what Judaism is, or what Jewish people are, who they are. And sometimes just living our lives as Jewish people and showing them what the holidays is about and being proud of the fact that we are Jewish is the way to change the world and is a way to open people's eyes. And that's true with whoever we are, whatever we are, is to really live our authentic lives and to be proud of the great heritage that we have, of the great people that we are, and not to be afraid to show it. Let's join with Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שנתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
In the rising of the sun and its going down, we remember them.
We remember them.
In the blowing of the wind and the chill of winter,
we remember them.
In the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring,
we remember them.
In the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of summer,
we remember them.
In the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn,
we remember them.
The beginning of the year and when it ends,
we remember them.
So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are now a part of us as we
remember them.
If we have any yortzites or names that we want to mention, loved ones that are here with us spiritually but not physically, we've passed on to the next world. Now is the time to mention the names.
David Bernstein.
What do you think, Rabbi?
Faye Bernstein.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמה רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל העולם, ואמרו אמן. And may their memories be for a blessing. Amen. And so we're going to end with Lechilach, and it's a very fitting song with Esther and Vashti that we celebrated, who both were really brave. Vashti was also brave. She said, I'm my own person. I don't answer to anyone, but I don't answer to you. Achashverosh. And Esther, of course, we know she was very, very brave, and she really saved the Jewish people. To a land that I will show you. Lech lecha, to a place you do not know. Lechilach, on your journey I will bless you, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. Lechilach, Lechilach, and I shall make your name great. Lech lecha, and all shall praise your name. Lechilach, to a place that I will show you. L'simchat chayim, l'simchat chayim, l'simchat chayim. Lechilach, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. Lechilach, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. Lechilach, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. Lechilach, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing. Lechilach. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Happy Purim. A couple of announcements before we announce who won our competition. Well, Ellen and Dan, of course, look at the beautiful Hamantashans that they are. So they won. They won as well. But the two winners, I mean, how can you not with these Hamantaschen? And couple of announcements. Passover, Pesach is coming already. It's crazy. It's about a month away, a little less.
It's
And
easy.
it's
Passover is coming.
It's coming, and that's right, Jillian. And it's going to be on the 5th of April, which is kind of midweek, I believe Wednesday and Thursday type thing, or Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll celebrate it that Friday. Friday the 7th, I think, but you'll get announcements at the exact date. We'll do it on the Friday. We'll have not a Megillah reading, that's Purim. We're gonna have a Seder, and we'll give you all kinds of details about it. I figure it makes sense because we're all, we come to Fridays anyway, and it's very convenient. We can do it then. This year it's going to be a little bit different, but it's going to be also a lot of fun. So watch out for the newsletter and all these different announcements. And you will find out all the details, and it's going to be really nice. What else was I going to say? I wanted to say a big thank you to the Mitzvah-teers, to Scott and Dr. Paul and Dr. Rebecca for putting together a beautiful Purim series with videos and posts. They were posting throughout, leading up to Purim, and they're going to do that for Pesach. And if you want, go to the Mitzvah-teers page. You can find a link in the newsletter. You can also search Mitzvah-teers on Facebook. It's becoming pretty big. More people are liking it. Make sure you like the page too. Lots of different things go on, and they have some beautiful interviews for Purim. Go see them, and then they'll have some for Pesach as well, which will be really, really, really nice. Another thing, I'll announce more. They'll be in the newsletter. I have a new book that's coming out about angels. I'll tell you more about it another time. But without further ado, we have a couple of winners who are going to win some really, really nice prizes. These are games that are, I don't know if you can see them. Let me see if we can see them. These are like the hottest trending things on Instagram, on TikTok, on everywhere. It's really hard to get them, but we have a sponsor that got a hold of some of these games for us. And so you can imagine two people, Ellen and Dan, you'll get something too. And our two winners today for our beautiful prizes are, drum roll please, I had one and it disappeared, Andre and Kai. Let's unmute and give them a big round of applause. Mazal tov.
Awesome too.
Mazal tov. Actually, what I was showing you is just it could be something with it as well. So a bunch of different things. So thank you so much for joining us today. We say Chag Sameach for Shabbat Shalom. And Shabbat Shalom. We hope you will join us again next Shabbat. And it was really, really good to see everyone. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Oh, wait. We need to do Challah and Hamantaschen as well. Ready? Thank you, Ellen. Hamotzi
lechem min haaretz.
Thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Forgot to mention that Merle also had a really nice costume. So, Merle, you're a winner. Good costume. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And good to see you. And we'll